I'm lying in bed. I just wanted to say really quickly that I haven't posted in a while because I've been a little down. And the big reason is because I'm frustrated with people and how mean they can be. Um, I not like on here or anything, but just people in general. I think the bigger our world becomes, and the more like social media and electronic forms of communication become a prevalent way of connecting with each other. It just seems like the less of a filter people have and the meaner they are because they can hide behind whatever and they're not interacting with people face to face. And just some of the interactions I've had with people, like really in the last month, have been incredibly frustrating and have floored me. There's a couple like groups and forums that I'm a part of that have to do with like different areas of our life. And I went there looking for support on a situation that our family's dealing with that was really difficult. And instead of being met with support from people in this group that were in the same life situation that I thought would understand and it'd be a safe place to vent, I felt very attacked. I had people coming after me saying, your response to that situation is incorrect. It sounds like you're dealing with secondhand trauma. I don't think you're handling this appropriately. You really need to see a therapist. And just a lot of other like really rude and negative comments. Um, and that surprised me because you don't know me, you don't know my life. Maybe I am dealing with trauma. That's none of your business. I do see a therapist. And anyone who knows me or like followed anything I said in that group in the past would know that. But just okay, sorry. I just had to pause for a minute. My 6-year-old just got off the bus and had a question about something. Um, so I just thought it was like very rude and strange that without asking any questions that people would make all these assumptions and be so forward as to tell a person like how they should live their life and that their feelings were invalid, especially because that particular forum group has been posted as a safe place for people who have this common life situation to be able to post in. um, and all too often I feel like that's been happening more and more. I don't know if it's because like keyboard warriors just feel safe because they're not interacting with the person one on one, like that's a safe place to just unload, or if people are like angry about the situations occurring in their life and they're taking it out on someone else, or what the deal is. But this has happened to me not just once but like 10 or 12 times in the past month, where I've just run into situations where people are acting unnecessarily rude or forward, sharing their opinions with people like without being asked in just a very aggressive way. Like even within some close family friend relationships, the same thing is occurring. And I'm like, when did it become okay for people to be so rude to other people? Where did kindness go? Where did grace go? What happened? Like, I'm just floored by these interactions, and it really upset me. It sent my anxiety like through the roof, made me feel very alone and isolated, um, in a time when dealing with difficult things with my family when I needed support. Made me feel like I couldn't reach out to people to ask for help, to ask for support, to be able to even just vent without feeling judged by friends and family and like support groups. So I've been silent for a while, and that's part of why, but I don't feel like I can be if you keep quiet on this any longer because it has just bothered me so much. Um, and I don't know that I'm even like looking to spur people on to action, but just that I wanted to share my experience and say that this was a wake up call for me, to be like cautious in the way I say things, cautious in the way that I present myself, not to the point where I'm gonna like diminish who I am or the way that I do things or anything, but just I don't know if some of it is again because we live in such like a digital electronic world that intonation is absent from those forms of communication, and perhaps people didn't mean to be as aggressive as I was perceiving it, but that was a wake-up call for me to be like, I need to check myself and how I'm coming across. um there were a couple times where I was trying to explain things to people and they were like, this is how I read that and I'm offended, and I had to stop and check myself and come back and be like, I'm very sorry. I could have used different language in this situation. I apologize if I triggered you, and things like that. So this has been like a really good wake up call for myself. But it's also just been, I don't know, kind of a horrifying experience for me to think about like raising my kids in a world like this. And I don't really have like a plan of action moving forward, but I just wanted to like share that experience and be like, this has been a hard thing for me. And I don't know if other people can relate. But I guess maybe I'm looking for advice. Like, how do you move forward from that? How, when you feel like people have become so comfortable just sharing their opinion and using free speech, maybe that's what it is, that they can just like bash you without seemingly any conscience. I don't know. I'm sad that this is the world we live in now. So I guess that's the end of my thoughts. I'll leave that there. I'm unapologetically Amanda.